Hollywood thought Meagan Good would bounce back. Fans thought she had finally found her peace, but nothing prepared anyone for the twist that hit the internet this week. While Meagan has been trying to rebuild her life under the spotlight, her ex-husband DeVon Franklin is suddenly trending for a reason that left everyone stunned. His new wife has stepped forward with a revelation that shook social media to its core, and the timing could not be more brutal. This isn't just another celebrity headline. It is a story filled with emotional whiplash, hidden wounds, and a truth Meagan never expected to face this soon. When Meagan Good and DeVon Franklin announced their divorce, it sent shockwaves through Hollywood. They were the couple everyone rooted for, the couple that looked unshakable, the couple that made fans believe love could survive fame, pressure, and public scrutiny. But after the breakup, their lives took two very different paths. Meagan embraced a new chapter filled with bold choices, fresh roles, and a new level of visibility that sparked endless debates. Meanwhile, DeVon quietly rebuilt his life away from the spotlight, leaving many wondering what was truly happening behind the scenes. But today, everything changed, because the latest update surrounding DeVon Franklin's new wife has exploded across social media, bringing Megan's name right back into a whirlwind she thought she had finally escaped. And trust me, you won't believe the unexpected emotional twist connected to this story. The reactions, the timing, and the hidden layers behind this reveal have people asking one question: is Meagan Good finally down bad, while DeVon Franklin is stepping into a new season of joy that no one saw coming? Before the new headlines, before the social media explosion, before DeVon Franklin's name started trending again for reasons no one expected, there was a breakup that Hollywood still hasn't fully recovered from. Meagan Good and DeVon Franklin, the couple that once symbolized faith, discipline, love, and sacrifice. When they first came together, they represented a refreshing blueprint in a world dominated by fast relationships and even faster breakups. Their marriage wasn't just a union, it was a brand, a message, a movement. People looked at them and saw hope. They saw balance. They saw spiritual strength mixed with Hollywood charm. For years, fans believed their relationship was the kind that would survive anything. But behind the scenes, the pressure was much heavier than anyone realized. DeVon was juggling his faith-driven leadership in the entertainment world. Meagan was juggling an acting career in a space that often demanded choices that didn't always align with the expectations placed on a pastor's wife. And while the world cheered them on, insiders later revealed subtle signs that the balance they once had was beginning to tilt. Slowly, cracks formed in the image of perfection. Then the public announcement came, calm, polite, carefully worded. They said they still loved each other. They said the decision was mutual. They said they were ending things with respect. But the reactions were anything but calm. Fans were stunned. Critics were loud, and questions began spiraling across every platform. What happened? Why now? Who decided first? And more importantly, what would life look like for both of them moving forward? While Meagan stepped into a bold new chapter, exploring new opportunities, embracing new roles, and redefining herself without apology, DeVon withdrew from the limelight. He stayed silent, and that silence made the internet even louder. For a long time, their story felt unfinished, unresolved, suspended in the air. Until now, because today's revelation, the one involving DeVon Franklin's new wife and the unexpected baby discussion lighting up the internet, has reopened a chapter that many thought was finally closed. And trust me, what happens next will leave you speechless. After the divorce, DeVon Franklin's life appeared calm, almost too calm for a man who once had the spotlight shining so brightly on every move. But behind the scenes, he was quietly building a new chapter, one that no one expected would unfold so quickly. In recent weeks, social media exploded after hints emerged about his new wife and her readiness to start a family. The news spread like wildfire. Headlines, tweets, Instagram stories, and YouTube videos dissected every angle, every post, and every subtle comment. What makes this revelation so compelling is timing. Meagan Good, once married to DeVon, has been navigating her post-divorce life with courage, but the optics couldn't be more striking. Fans couldn't help but draw comparisons. Some questioned whether Meagan was feeling the pressure. Others celebrated DeVon's new chapter, praising him for moving forward with clarity and purpose. And social media went into overdrive. Even casual observers noticed the contrast. On one side, Meagan is embracing independence, her career flourishing, yet her personal life remains largely private. On the other, DeVon is stepping into fatherhood, partnership, and a new family dynamic that is very public and emotionally compelling. Comment sections exploded, with reactions ranging from jealousy, support, humor, and disbelief. Some posts suggested Meagan was down bad, while others reminded everyone that life after divorce is unpredictable and deeply personal. Adding to the intrigue are subtle signals from both parties online. Photos, cryptic captions, and indirect comments fuel speculation and drive engagement. Fans dissect every post, every story, every hint of emotion. And that is exactly why this story is trending so heavily right now. Because in a world where celebrity lives are broadcast, edited, and packaged for consumption, people crave the behind the scenes narrative, the one that doesn't come with a PR filter. But the public reaction is only one layer. The real emotional tension exists in the human experience behind the headlines. Imagine stepping into a new marriage while your ex is still in the public eye. Imagine building a family while the world watches your every move, comparing every choice to your past. The pressure is almost unimaginable, and yet DeVon and his wife seem to navigate it with grace, poise, and a quiet determination that only adds to the fascination. And while social media commentary continues to peak, the next part of this story reveals something even more revealing. The subtle ways Meagan Good herself is responding in actions, in interviews, and in the way she's shaping her own narrative. Because this isn't just a story about DeVon's new life. It's a story about resilience, perception, and the unspoken emotional undercurrents that celebrities live with every day. What happens next is where the tension truly escalates, and it's the part most people aren't prepared for. While DeVon Franklin's new life continues to make headlines, all eyes inevitably turn to Meagan Good. After a marriage that captured the admiration of Hollywood and faith-centered communities alike, the public naturally wonders, how is she really handling this sudden surge of attention on her ex and his new chapter? For Meagan, it's a delicate balance. On one hand, she is a powerhouse in her own right, a talented actress with a reputation for strength, intelligence, and poise. On the other, the world continues to compare her personal life to the very public developments in DeVon's life. Fans dissect every interview, every red carpet appearance, every Instagram story, searching for clues about her emotional state. And while Meagan has been remarkably private about her feelings, the public's curiosity hasn't abated. Social media reactions have been relentless. Threads on Twitter debate whether Meagan is down bad, while Instagram comment sections alternate between support, speculation, and sometimes even criticism. TikTok creators churn out clips analyzing her expressions, her wardrobe, and even the timing of her posts. What's fascinating is how quickly the narrative evolves. One minute, it's about her career comeback. The next, it's about how she's handling the emotional impact of DeVon's new relationship. But here's the deeper layer. The story isn't just about Meagan or DeVon. It's about perception, human emotion, and the invisible pressure that comes with living life under a microscope. Many fans empathize with the reality that a breakup, especially a high-profile one, leaves lingering emotions, pride, regret, hope, and curiosity about what could have been. And when your ex moves forward publicly, those emotions are amplified, not just by your own reflection, but by the public commentary that refuses to let them fade quietly. What makes this chapter even more gripping is the timing of DeVon's announcement about his new wife being ready to have a baby. It's the kind of news that naturally triggers comparisons, reflections, and even emotional vulnerability. Fans on social media speculate endlessly. Is Meagan secretly struggling? Is she embracing her freedom? Or is she silently thriving while remaining strategic about her public persona? The truth, as often happens with celebrity lives, is complex, layered, private, and far richer than what the headlines can convey. This tension reaches a critical point in the narrative when we consider the human side of fame. Every social media post, every public interaction becomes a statement, intentional or not. Every smile, every red carpet pose, every cryptic caption can be dissected and analyzed. For Meagan, this means that her private journey of healing, growth, and self-discovery is constantly viewed through the lens of someone else's happiness, someone else's new beginning, and someone else's next a big life milestone. And while the public continues to debate and speculate, the truth is far more intimate and nuanced than any comment section can ever capture. This is where the story takes its most emotional turn, because beneath the trending hashtags, viral clips, and tabloid commentary lies a reality most people never see: the human cost of love, heartbreak, and moving forward in the public eye. And just when you think the tension couldn't escalate any further, the next revelation sends fans and followers into a frenzy, one that not only involves Meagan and DeVon, but also the very notion of timing, destiny, and public perception. Just when it seemed that the story had reached its peak, a single announcement reignited the firestorm. DeVon Franklin's new wife publicly shared that she is ready to start a family. The news didn't just circulate quietly, it exploded across Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube within hours. Fans couldn't get enough. Every comment, reaction, and repost amplified the emotional stakes. Headlines called it a power move, a next chapter milestone, and some even framed it as a subtle reminder to Meagan Good and the public about moving forward after heartbreak. The timing, critics noted, was electric. Meagan, navigating her own post-divorce journey, suddenly found herself juxtaposed against a major life milestone from her ex-husband. The contrast was stark. On one side, DeVon stepping into fatherhood and a new family life. On the other, Meagan pursuing independence, personal growth, and professional achievement. The optics were dramatic, almost cinematic, and the internet couldn't stop talking about it. Fans flooded social media with reactions ranging from curiosity to humor to outright speculation. Some argued that Meagan was down bad, while others defended her, praising her resilience and reminding viewers that every individual's timeline is different. Yet, every post, comment, and share reinforced the emotional narrative. This isn't just about celebrity gossip, it's about human vulnerability, the unpredictability of life after love, and the tension between public perception and private experience. Adding fuel to the fire, entertainment commentators began analyzing the implications. Every subtle smile, every Instagram caption, and every public interaction became subject to scrutiny. Some compared the timeline of DeVon's new chapter to Megan's career milestones. Others dissected the emotional undertones of her interviews and appearances. It was no longer just a story about a divorce. It was a story about timing, perception, and the unavoidable collision between private emotions and public attention. But here's where the suspense deepens. Behind the headlines and viral clips, there's a side of this story that few are talking about. The emotional complexity of seeing your former partner step into what many consider the next big life stage. The reality is far more layered than any meme or viral post can capture. Meagan is human, navigating her own journey of growth, reflection, and reinvention, all while the world watches and speculates. And just when viewers think they understand the narrative, another layer emerges. Subtle social media hints, industry whispers, and small interactions that suggest the emotional stakes for both Meagan and DeVon are far from simple. It's a reminder that in celebrity life, timing is everything, and perception can often feel like reality. The tension escalates to a point where the public cannot help but wonder, is this the moment Meagan faces the full emotional impact of DeVon's new chapter, or is she about to demonstrate a strength and resilience that no one anticipated? While social media explodes over DeVon Franklin's new wife and the news of a baby on the horizon, the real story is far more intimate. The emotional undertow that neither the headlines nor the viral posts can capture. For Meagan Good, life after her marriage is not just about career comebacks or public appearances. It's about processing heartbreak, reassessing her personal boundaries, and navigating a world where every choice is analyzed and dissected. Imagine waking up each day knowing that the life decisions you make will be compared to someone else's forward momentum. Imagine working tirelessly on your craft, building a career, reinventing yourself, and still seeing your ex take major life steps that capture public attention. This is the unique pressure of celebrity life, magnified when faith, public persona, and personal relationships intersect. Fans and critics alike have debated Meagan's response to DeVon's new chapter. Some see moments of quiet reflection in her posts. Others interpret her captions as subtle reminders that she is thriving independently. The truth is rarely black and white. Resilience, after all, isn't always loud. Strength often shows in quiet persistence, in choosing to live authentically while the world speculates. Meanwhile, DeVon Franklin's narrative is also layered. He isn't just a man moving forward, he's navigating the optics of a high-profile life, managing public perception, and embracing a personal milestone. fatherhood while under intense scrutiny. The juxtaposition between their paths has captivated audiences, creating a social media story that feels like it was scripted for maximum drama. What makes this dynamic so compelling is the emotional complexity for everyone involved. This isn't just a story about dating, marriage, or divorce. It's about timing, growth, self discovery, and the human response to life's unexpected twists. Every smile Meagan shares, every interview she gives, every subtle post becomes part of a narrative that the public tries to control, yet she alone lives the truth behind the headlines. And here's the twist: the most revealing moments aren't even in what is said publicly, they're in the subtle hints, the body language, the timing of social media posts, and the cultural context. Observers note that Meagan has been strategically reclaiming her narrative, choosing roles, appearances, and messages that showcase empowerment while avoiding direct confrontation. At the same time, DeVon's family announcement pushes the story to a new level, sparking curiosity about how ex-partners truly reconcile private feelings with public life. As viewers, this is where we pause and ask ourselves, how do people truly move on when life's milestones collide so publicly? How does one find emotional equilibrium when the world scrutinizes every response? Meagan's journey is a vivid example of the tension between public expectation and private reality. And just when it seems the story has reached its emotional peak, a subtle detail surfaces: a shared friend's comment, a social media interaction, a cryptic message that threatens to add a whole new layer of intrigue. It's the kind of twist that makes audiences stop scrolling, rewind, and ask, what just happened? Because the reality of this situation isn't fully captured in posts or headlines. It's in the emotional complexity, the human vulnerability, and the way Meagan and DeVon navigate growth, change, and reinvention while the world watches. And as we move to the next chapter of this story, the questions multiply. Will Meagan emerge stronger than ever? Will DeVon's new chapter redefine public perception? And how will this ongoing narrative influence the way fans, media, and even Hollywood view love, timing, and resilience?